up yours.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, always
Good splice.
be a good sport. Christy.
A Pittsburgh high school girls basketball coach and her husband are wondering what to name their daughter just one day after mom had to leave a playoff game in the third quarter to give birth. Susie McConnell-Ciro had gone into labor earlier in the day, but still tried to coach the Oakland Catholic High School girls team through the game. Now, that's a dedicated coach.
I guess.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I read about this. This is the one Dick Vitale was actually calling the game.
He was.
Mm-hmm. Even it was a high school a girls basketball game.
Yeah.
Kind of a special event, I guess, then.
Yeah, I guess Dick said, get an OBGYN, baby.
PTP, OBGYN.
The baby comes off a pick set by the placenta, goes in hard to the hole.
Out of the...
Take it to the hole.
Pat, you're just in time.
Boy, you came in on the wrong phrase.
Yeah, maybe it should be that placenta thing again. Oh, and finally this morning, groups of Christian nudists are planning a weekend retreat at the Whispering Pines Family Nudist Resort near Ocean Isle Beach, North Carolina. Organizers are hoping to make this an annual event.
Christian nudists.
Christian nudists.
Praise the Lord.
Christian nudist.
Praise.
And then I said unto Ruth, show the Philistines your bodacious tatas.
Removeth thy bodice.
Camp Fig Leaf.
I tell you one thing, when you hear about Christian nudists, it brings a whole new meaning to the Red Sea, doesn't it?
I gotta go.
Isn't he?
Now I feel
really
sick.
did walk in.
I'm glad you're here, Pat, so I can leave.
Yeah, you can't go.
Wow.
What happened to family values like tan lines?
What are you, Red Fox? What are you doing over there?
Well,
What are
thank
you
you.
doing over there?
Sick.
We'll come back with our tribute to eating people.
Okay.
All right, I can't wait.
Come back anyway.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom.
Go away.
He got yelled at.
We need a short forecast from Q95's Pat Carlini.
Get back over
Still
here.
warm today, not nearly as much fog though as we had yesterday, so we'll be in the 50s today, again tomorrow, almost 60 degrees by Friday. This is a warm week.
Thank you, Pat. This portion of the Bob and Tom Show brought to you by
Palmer Dodge. Get in your car this morning and felt a little sick. Don't know what that noise is or that smell. You need a new car. It's just that simple.
You just need a new car.
All right.
Head to Palmer Dodge. You get a new car.
They'll take a trade no matter how it smells.
That's right. What is that? Kind of a musty, sour milk combination fish.
Do you own a cat? Where do they sell these cars?
Palmer Dodge at up there, 96th and Keystone, isn't it? Yeah. And there's also a location down at 38th and Keystone. Where
Thanks,
with
Chickster,
a
thank
real
you.
palm tree.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Good morning.
Butchered that.
Fine, that's nice. We have to now play this tribute. We promised we'd get this on. Christy had a news story earlier.
Oh, about this guy being sliced up.
Yeah, did you have that one? Did you have that one on TV this morning,
what's
Pat?
that?
The man
I
that
guess
was
not, huh?
he was filleted and
You know, we didn't have that. I guess there was no good video to match the story.
Wow.
I guess you have to have video.
So you need to work for
Video
one of those
with it.
stations that are down and they're.
Throw that
Tonight, a decapitated head at 6 o'clock.
That's what you.
Did you have the story about the hookers in Costa Mesa, California?
No, we didn't have that one either.
This is the one where this is serious. They're having
And you
their,
call yourself an
they're having their clothes seized as evidence.
Oh,
Yeah, it was in USA Today. They're I guess these hookers, when they arrest them, they bring them in, and then when they let them go, they put them in white paper jumpsuits.
Mm-hmm.
oh,
So it's kind of
It's a good
interesting.
look.
I guess they found out that when they wear those in the streets, they're now actually calling themselves quicker picker-uppers.
Although it's kind of nice. They can actually just now write their prices on their dress.
And you could read the comics while you're.
No, it's just plain
It's
white
not
paper.
plain
It's
white,
not
it's
newspaper.
Oh!
wrapped in the
The dresses are made of paper.
Read the
That
newspaper.
Mary Worth really brings it home for me.
Dear Abby.
You do the crossword puzzle.
This next tune is somewhat dated because the subject is now deceased himself.
Mm-hmm.
But since we're talking about mass murders, or at least pretty kinky ones of this guy cutting up this other fellow,
Filleting him.
these are our friends Pinkard and Bowden with a rare tribute, actually, to, well, it's a tribute to Jeffrey Dahmer, frankly.
Have you misplaced it?
Huh?
Sure has. He's stalling it. Sure enough.
You lost it.
He's stalling bigger
I love
than
it when you
believe
stall like that.
They got it.
No, I have two different versions of it.
Oh,
okay.
I see.
So I'm going to play this version.
Okay.
This is Pinkard and Bowden on the Bob and Tom Show. Pinkard and Bowden.
There they are.
And their tribute to Jeffrey Dahmer.
Thanks very much.
That's
Special.
nice.
It's a very special piece.
Well,
Makes me hungry.
We had a couple of other pieces, but
That's all right.
They've apparently been pulled by management. Thanks.
As always.
Trying to do a show here.
Well,
Hey, guess who I almost brought with me this morning?
who?
Dan Quayle.
Dan Quayle.
He was in
I
the
saw Dan
studios
doing
and-
some commentary with you this
You were
morning.
with Dan this morning?
Yes, he was
Pat,
there
what
at
is that?
studios, and well, that's my. See, we just interviewed him, so I got my IFB. I have to put it in my pocket.
What's an IFB, Pat, for those who don't know?
It's an interuterine.
IF, not IU.
Interfallopian.
Interfallopian.
IFB.
What is
That
it?
What is it,
so
Pat?
gross.
It's so you can
What
hear
is it,
your.
Pat?
Just so you can hear.
They've always called them IFB. You know, I don't know what they sound like either. I don't know what they
the thing
stand
that-
The
for.
director talks
The thing
to
that
you in your ear.
you see them talking to you on TV.
That little earpiece that all the news guys and gals wear?
Yes.
Why does
And
it
the
IFB?
director says, wrap it up. It does stand for something. What does that stand for? It stands for
Internal
fraternal
Intercom.
fraternal brotherhood.
brotherhood.
Phone
That's what
booth.
it is.
What is
What?
it?
Intermittent foldback.
Okay.
Intermittent foldback.
That's our
There you go.
engineering staff.
You know,
Press this
you know,
button.
I love it when the engineer talks to us,
Yeah.
and he's really irritated.
Oh,
come on, it's intermittent foldback.
You know what I like about it is coming from his room, he's distorted beyond
I know. Yeah, really. His intermittent pullback.
See,
is
that's
kinda-
technology.
Could you tell him to call the fax guys and get them out here, please?
Anyway, I said,
They
Dan,
have.
why don't you go see the Bob and Tom show with me today? And he just kind of looked at me like,
Kind of like the deer in the headlights thing.
So does he? Does he? Know of
What?
the?
oh,
trickster?
yes, he knows. Oh,
He's a big
trickster, I don't
he's
know.
a big chick fan, I'm sure.
I thought you were
Yeah.
going to say Bob and Tom.
Thought he liked,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
me and Quayle and
One
Bring
call.
that up when I go back.
Marilyn hanging.
One
Yeah,
can
we have
only
a little-
imagine. We have
a little
a
mixer.
We have a new piece. Waiting for Christy to get in here. Earlier this morning, Pat.
Would you like me to get her for you? I can get Christy for you.
Okay,
Can you do
go
that
ahead.
for us?
I hear you through the wall.
Thanks.
Jeez. She's one of those internal.
Hello?
She needs an internal foldback.
Now we had some requests earlier this morning for some Deanos.
No. We had requests this morning for
exaggerated
Cliff
that,
Note Theater.
No, we had requests for Dinos.
I hate this
Yeah.
place.
Christy actually wanted to hear it. And
So I just apparently the Deanos have a new song out, kind of a Deanos revival going on.
It's an anthology
Been a
thing
while.
coming along.
Oh, kind
yeah.
of like the Beatles and Real Love? Is this?
Kind of, yeah. It's kind of a. When we're going to get to that in just a second, but first we have
Oh, we have it already?
just to get you in the. Well, that's the beauty of the Deanos; they're so short.
Yeah.
Just in case you've forgotten the kind of quality work they do.
Now what?
Hi, this is Richard Simmons. I'd like to sing one of my favorite folk tunes for you. It goes something like this. If I had a gerbil, I'd shove him up my...
That's
yeah,
enough.
So you can see the
The quality.
they're a classy.
quality of the Deanos.
You wanted the news to get started so you don't have to listen to any more Dinos?
Well, we have a new one from the Deanos.
Oh, good.
Save it.
Oh,
You think the news
Save it.
self-check?
Well,
I don't think it does, no. I'm sorry.
God,
Sorry.
time.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I
Chick,
wanted to
think
get
about that
Pat in the
next
groove, so
Jeez.
she'd be familiar with some of these
I think
quality
she's familiar with the
Dinos
already.
pieces.
Yeah, I'm-
She remembers these songs.
Oh, God.
I think this is my favorite.
Well, I know it's kinda late.
By the way, can we play this?
I hope I didn't wait.
Sure not.
But what's in my hands can't wait. I hope you'll understand. Every time I try to tell you, the words just came out wrong.
I think I remember this.
So I'll have to say I love you
Oh, yeah.
with my schlong.
Y'all remember that?
Oh, now it's all coming back to me now. It kinda hits you
It
right
all
in the
comes
face.
falling back in. doesn't it?
Okay, so finally, I think they brought in Jeff Lynne, And,
Yeah.
they've recreated the original Deanos lineup.
We have a new Dino, so?
Yeah, apparently.
You found the new Deanos?
As the fifth Deano,
Good point.
You are going to...
present right now the newest song from the Deanos.
That's great.
I found your diaphragm beneath a
Songs are getting shorter and shorter.
And started dreaming about me?
I could have swore that a group called Bread did something like that,
Yes.
didn't they?
No, different chords.
Different?
Yeah, that's a different
Didn't they do a thing?
song.
That was found
David
a diary beneath your tree, wasn't it?
Yeah, it must have been.
Well, I found a diaphragm beneath it.
Mm-hmm.
That must have been a different song.
So that's the new one, the
that it?
long-awaited new release from the Dinos. Huh?
Well, I'm glad I got in here just in time.
Boy, I am glad you did too, Christy.
A nice separation on that.
Oh, yeah.
I get to hear it again.
Hey, I'm getting mellow. Shut
Double
up.
shot.
Oh, jeez.
Close your eyes. Can you dim the lights, please?
No.
I found your diaphragm beneath a tree.
God, that's sick.
Gee, that is really bad.
That is bad.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
You know what? I bet that's happened.
You found a diaphragm beneath the tree?
That's happened.
Sure, I bet that's happened.
I will never forget as long as.
See, I thought it was a satellite dish. And I
As long
still
as I
You didn't
live.
actually find...
You found a diaphragm?
You found a diaphragm?
No, I did not.
No.
Some friends were staying over at my house for part of the summer one year.
Uh-oh.
We were. It was at my parents' house.
Uh-huh.
And my dad was downstairs in the living room watching television or something, reading the paper, and
Uh-oh.
I had a cat then named Fluff.
Fluff.
Yeah. Fluff? He was from Italy. It's a long story.
Yeah, I bet.
The cat or your father?
No, the cat was
cat
from Italy.
Fluff.
The cat was from
Italian.
Italy?
I
Why
brought him
couldn't-
back. It's a long
remember
story.
Why couldn't you just get an American cat?
You don't
can't
remember
bring-
Tom's father, Luigi?
I didn't think you could bring animals
cat.
overseas.
You can't bring cats
Yes, you
back.
can.
The cat was fluffy.
Yes, you can. You
Don't
can't.
they have to quarantine?
Not if you're going to an island like England, you do. And that's not the point of the story.
Oh,
We're talking diaphragms here.
My sister had these two cats, Puff and Fluff, and when she was living in Milan, and she had to move to England.
Puff and Fluff.
And you can't take cats to England when she moved, so I brought them back.
H.O.
But that isn't the story. The story is these friends of mine, and I can't use any names here because this one friend of mine actually lives within our.
Listening.
Well, he lives in a place where we're on the air now, and we'll call him
Joe.
Artie.
Joe.
Mr. X.
Call him Joe.
Joe.
Joe's a good name.
Was staying in one room upstairs. And,
Joe Blow.
just
Jill.
someone else was in any event. Fluff came down the stairs with what I thought was a small frisbee in his mouth.
Really?
What was Jill's diaphragm?
Yeah,
Wow.
Hey.
they do make a nice,
Was she running after the pussycat?
nice little.
Kind of ironic.
So how old were you?
Kind of ironic the diaphragm was outside of
19,
the...
20.
All right, Bob.
What's that, Bob?
Normally it's inside.
Normally it's this side. This side was out.
Stop it.
Wait a minute, it was outside of them.
So did you know?
It's kind of putting the cart before the horse, isn't it?
As
Very
an
odd.
18-year-old?
No, I did not know what it was,
Yeah.
but it was pointed out to me rather rapidly.
I've only seen one.
You know, you have to be fitted.
Yes. You can't share a diaphragm.
One size doesn't
You know
fit
what?
One
all.
size does
no.
not fit all.
What's the name of the machine that does that?
The Gyno 3000.
Made to order.
It looks like a.
Does it look like when
The
you get...
shoe thing? Is
It
it
looks
that-
like the shoe thing.
What's
yeah.
the shoe thing called?
That's a
shoe thing.
shoe thing.
Oh, there's a name for that. I used to know that.
Foot measure.
No.
It's a foot measure.
No.
You mean
Slide
the thing
rule.
at the shoe store where you
Yes.
put your foot
They
on?
never use those anymore.
No,
What's
I
the
don't
deal
use
with
that.
that?
Yes, they do. I just bought my son some shoes the other day and
Yeah,
they
they do
used
for
it.
kids. Mhm.
Yeah, some guy wanted to use it on me the
I
other
need
day.
to
They
use
figure if you're an
I said
adult,
no.
you should know your shoe size by now.
Yeah,
so
but your
adults don't
feet
get 'em.
actually get bigger for some
Yep.
people.
I
Yeah.
Did you
I
see-
just outgrew some shoes.
I outgrew
Did you
some
see the
shoes.
nanny? The nanny on Monday. The whole
No.
thing about her feet getting bigger.
I will. Well, I don't. I'm not
It's
watching.
one of the funniest shows on
Well,
television.
I will not
It's
watch
very
Nanny
well.
either. I hate that show.
It's very well written.
Because
She
of her voice.
in small doses is fine. but
She's
that-
hilarious.
That voice
that
just
voice,
really.
The
yeah.
woman that plays
I'm with you on that.
The woman that plays her mother is absolutely hilarious.
Okay.
You don't think it was a nightmare at my house when I outgrew my shoes?
Oh, I
Do you know how many
know.
pairs of shoes I have?
And you hate feet.
And I hate feet, so I had to go out and buy all new shoes. I hated
Christy,
that.
look at me. You know my wife, don't you?
Yes, I know your wife. She's very lovely.
She would love to outgrow
She likes shoes, doesn't she?
Yes, she does.
You know,
Is your wife the one with the photographs on the outside of the shoe boxes?
That's her friend.
No, that's
Her friend, okay.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Her friend has
I remember
all of
that
her
story.
shoes in her shoe boxes, and she has Polaroid pictures of all of her shoes.
Nothing wrong with that. Keeps your closet organized.
When
Sure it does.
Christy, when you get pregnant, your feet get bigger.
Right?
That
So you know what that
happens.
means for Dad, don't
New
you?
shoes.
New shoes.
For everybody.
Cha-ching.
Yeah.
Good. What size did she start out at? Maybe I could get over to her house and get some.
You know, new spring fashions are out, Tom.
What size shoe do you're like freakishly small feet, though.
I
aren't you?
used to be. Now I'm a 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
you've
stud.
surpassed
I used to be a
mine.
5.5.
You're
Now
like
I'm a
one of those
6.5.
We can't
inflatable
s-
clowns you try to knock over.
Hold on.
Those big feet.
I think we have the explanation of the tool used in foot measurement. Morning, Bob and Tom show. Who's this?
Morning, this is Steve.
Hi, Steve. How are you?
What's the name of the tool used to measure feet?
It's a Brannick device.
A Brannick?
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Brannick.
Are you a shoe salesman, sir?
I'm a sales rep. for
Okay, so-
shoes.
Sales rep.
What?
So do they
what,
still do they still use the device for?
You were about to get some free shoes.
What kind of shoes?
Shut up, chick.
All right.
Do they still use that device for adults?
They leave them underneath the chairs most of the time, but they're available to use.
Yeah, most people walk in, know their shoe size.
The
Yeah,
Brannick
they just
device.
pick up what
But
they
you-
want.
you
Now,
know-
what's the thing called? Maybe you'd know this. You're just a shoe guy, huh?
I'm typically I sell other equipment too, but
Okay. Well, you would. Do you know what the thing is when you go to get glasses? That thing you stick your head on that has all the glasses and they flip them down. And, because I want to get one of those, but with glasses on it, so you can like wear it around.
When you go to the optometrist, that great big thing.
Yeah,
Why would you want to wear that around?
because it'd be really cool. Wouldn't it? You could have like sunglasses on it. How dark is it? Didn't flip. You put in the lighter shades. You'd be
You
walking
are
around with
so
this.
weird.
It'd look like some
What
chip,
is wrong with
like some
you?
Chip the Chula headgear from New Orleans.
And if you wanted to see something a mile down the road,
Yeah.
Hey, you laugh. I bet people use them in a few years. And you know where I got the idea?
Where?
This show.
Yeah.
Well, wonderful.
So a Brannick device.
The
Well, thank you.
Brannick. Now,
Thank
is
you
that-
very much.
Is that the inventor of the measurer, or is that just the manufacturer?
Yes, Steve Brannick.
He thought
That
of
was-
the idea.
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Have a great one.
Okay.
Hi. You know, I
I
just.
wonder if he was a
Do you
foot
sell
soldier.
tennis shoes?
I just.
I'm not going to let you beg for free shoes on the show
Almost
again.
got it, chick. He was about to say that
You
he was
pay
a
for
rep
'em just like
for-
everybody
Thanks,
else.
Airwalk.
buddy.
We don't want any free stuff. I wear a size 12.
Oh, listen
6.5.
12, 12 and a half, 13. I can wear pretty much anywhere in
I'm
there.
officially a brand new 11.
See, I
Really?
just read
You
an
were
article the
10
other
and a
day
half,
where
yeah.
most
Used to be a
people
10?
wear their shoes way too small. Did you know this? A lot of people wear their shoes way too small. It's like a size
I
to
know
two
monkeys
sizes
do.
too small.
I know monkeys wear their shoes too small.
Those chimps with
And
the
then
little
it's really
tiny
hard to
feet.
get them off when you try to
That's
kill
why
them.
they
I
get
know. I already told
blisters.
Oh,
us
you're
that.
trying to eat
Cook
them.
Eat
them.
them.
You
Cook
cook
them,
them,
eat
you gotta,
them,
you gotta
whatever.
de-shoe them.
Dress them.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's why they get corns.
Okay, we have some
Thanks,
other.
Pat.
emails
See,
up
she's
to
with me on this.
I've always
Yeah.
wanted to be.
Wait a minute.
I've always wanted to be a shoe
Now, Pat,
salesman for like a
you know,
day.
before Pat got
Did
married,
you just hear that?
Wouldn't I be a great shoe salesman for like a day?
No, you wouldn't. You
you're
are
not
not.
good. I've really
you're
got
not
this.
a people
Okay,
person.
Al Bundy.
excuse me, can I
I'd
just
be,
point something out?
I'd be drooling and what? Are we
You
having a
hate
problem?
You hate people.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Yes,
All
you
right, I
do.
hate people. You're right.
You don't do well with strangers.
I do not do well with strangers.
Every time we go and have lunch, I'm embarrassed because you always act pissy with the waiters or waitresses.
Oh, nice
I do
going,
not.
Yes, you
Yes,
do.
you
So
do.
retail is not your thing.
You
I
always
am
send
not
stuff back.
consciously acting piss.
Yes, you do, chick.
All right, I send stuff back.
And then if you don't send it back, I have to send it back because I can't stand the whining.
Do you really? You send it back a lot?
These French fries, they're awful. Send them back. Oh, fine. Then they're going to think I'm a dick. Okay, I'll send them back. Hi, chick thinks his French fries are lousy. Mine are fine. Take them back.
Yeah, that's
Now-
what I do. All right.
Find out the name of the
Oh, yeah. Do you know the name of that thing?
line one.
Okay, line one.
Wait a
The,
minute,
the name
okay.
of the gizmo you
All right,
get
morning,
at the
Bob and
optometry
Tom
shop.
show. Who's this?
Yes, this is Kelly Gilardin.
Hi,
Hi, Kelly. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
What's the name of that thing?
Listen, the thing that you were talking about in the eye doctor's office is called a phoropter.
A what?
Phoropter.
Oh, that would hurt.
A phoropter? That sounds like some kind of a dinosaur.
A phoropter.
It's spelled Phoropter.
Oh, I thought you said Phoropter.
Oh, phoropter.
You know, opt eyes and
So now we know we've got the Brannick device for your feet,
The phoropter.
the phoropter for your eyes,
Gosh, we learned so much on this
Yeah.
show.
the sigmoidoscope.
We don't want to talk about that.
For your ears.
You want to wear one of those?
Ah.
For
You
your
don't wear
ears.
one of those around?
No, I met one of those just once.
I thought those were called butt plugs.
Now, what are they?
Christy?
All right, everybody. Good night.
Okay, Christy, could you do
Drive
us a favor?
safely.
That's the
Go,
show.
go take a nap, Christy.
Now,
Kelly, thank you.
You're welcome.
Wait a minute.
What?
Now, are those things? Do they hang from the ceiling or something? I'm kind of forgetting.
They're very
Actually,
heavy.
they're supported by an arm that attaches to a.
So you couldn't really put one on a pair of on a pair of glasses
heavy.
and
quite impractical.
It would be extremely heavy.
Yeah.
I figure about the only way you could do it is if you attached it to a wheelchair and wheeled around with it over your shoulder.
Now we're talking.
Oh, you have got to be.
There you go. I wonder if they have a portable phoropter built into a chair.
What do they call the instrument that you measure diaphragms? You measure people for diaphragms.
I thought it was the Gyno 3000.
Maybe a doctor will call
I was
us,
making that.
Oh, well.
No.
Color me surprised.
I got a suggestion, but I don't think anybody wants to really know it.
I think it's
Thank you,
like,
Kelly.
I think it's
Kelly,
like,
thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye, Kelly.
It's probably like having a baby. They probably just use their hands.
Their hand? She's a 3 fingers.
Maybe there's only 3 sizes.
Give me a beef eater, 3 fingers, and she take a 4-finger diaphragm.
That's how they teach that at medical school. When you want to measure the cervix, they just take them to a bar and they have a couple ladies come by and.
I need
Oh, come on.
Give me some tequila. I need 2 fingers.
You are ruining the medical profession.
No, we're not. We're actually excited.
I wonder what that device is called when they measure for a diaphragm.
Tom, I do have to tell you, though, there is a new pair of sunglasses out, which kind of on the idea that you're talking about. They're just shades, round shades, and they have all these different things attached that you can flip over, so you can change the color of the lens anytime. They're in stores now for spring.
So you can actually
see that?
See, they've already taken my idea.
Yeah, I'll bring a pair in and show you.
Wow.
Now, before we go on, when Pat was single.
Now, what's this?
What are you going to do?
I'm not sure what this is. I just gave it to Dean to review, and he just gave me a note saying just set it up by saying when Pat was single.
Dean?
Oh, I know what this is from. I heard this the other day. I chuckled.
It's in the machine.
If Bob laughed, this could be dangerous.
Okay. This is a tribute to Pat, apparently, from the Deanos.
Deanos, I gather. Okay.
I know.
Yeah, this is a completely original song about Pat Carlini. Thank you.
Oh, no. Now, don't play this.
Do any favors here.
Yeah, this is totally original.
Really? Yeah, just uncovered.
Bob, if I make a lot of noise, you won't be able to hear it. Bob,
Short and blonde and cute and sexy, the weather lady, it's Pat Carlini. And when she passes, each guy she passes goes, I had her.
wait a minute.
I'm sorry, Pat, that was just...
Very nice.
Now, didn't I just tell you to press that? Thanks a lot.
I just pressed the
blanked
button,
out.
I cut it off.
I hit my
Played
head.
it anyway.
I hit
you
my
hit
head.
your head. I remember hearing that.
played it, not me.
Yeah, but you have control over there.
Can we play this one?
Oh man, she knows
What is
that
it?
now. The jig's up now. You know she.
No.
Okay.
Which one?
Which one?
Just play a couple things from it. Can't you just play the first like 5 seconds?
It's the singing non one.
Oh.
No.
No. Never mind then.
Not today.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Oh, that.
Oh.
Now what?
I think we have to take a break.
I think we should take a break, and
well,
you can
before-
decide what you're going to play then.
She's got a weigh about 300 pounds. Don't know what it is that's playing on my stereo.
She's so big.
Big, yeah. She can't do the stereo. I got it.
They weren't all classics.
What?
She's got a way about her.
That was Billy Deano.
Billy, do you know?
Yeah. All right. Well, we have to take a break. We'll
Okay,
come
sorry.
right back. You're listening to Bob and Tom.
Pinky, what are you doing?
Morning.
Good morning. A quick forecast from Q95's Pat Carlini. Pat?
Well, it's going to be a pretty warm week for us. We'll be in the 50s today and tomorrow and about 60 degrees by Friday. So we should get some rain here by
Thanks,
the end of
Pat.
the week.
And congratulations to Brad Stewart.
He won this morning. He and a friend, mate, or whatever will be going down to, maybe a lover, down to Florida with us on our Bob and Tom spring break to Orlando. Dog will do another drawing this afternoon. We'll do another one tomorrow morning, so be sure to listen about 7:30. All righty?
All right.
This is the Bob and Tom program on Q95. And
I was just up front on the switchboard.
Yeah.
Flooded.
diaphragms?
More Deanos.
More Deano.
No,
More Dinos.
You're kidding. There really were
Switchboard is
requests.
flooded.
More Deanos. I was just reviewing some of them. I think we're going to have less Deanos.
I'm going to have to. Yeah.
Let me review them before we play them.
Good idea.
Yeah, that would be a
Thank
good
you.
idea.
I'm sorry,
Were
Pat.
those a lot more freer times? Is that?
Yes, that's when we were young and free.
Yeah.
I know I had more free time then.
I had more free time.
Well,
which explains some of the Deanos.
Let's move on with the news. This is the time we generally get to the news.
Usually I'm done with the news.
Usually we are.
Now, were you serious about the diaphragm issue?
Yeah, we're waiting for a doctor to call in.
Well, is there an instrument to measure?
I think I can answer.
You're no doctor, but you play one on the radio.
We found out that the device that apparently is used to measure feet when you buy shoes is called the Brannick device.
Brannick device, named after Steve Brannick.
It's not named after Steve.
No, what's the name of the thing for glasses?
Like the Fraptor?
It's a Foaptor.
Foaptor.
The Fraptor.
The Fraptor. That's the thing when you go to the eye doctor and they...
Or is it the Fropter?
The better, worse thing.
It has to be opt.
Fropter. Okay, the sigmoidoscope is what they use to
examine your age.
Is that what that is?
I was just curious if there was a chick had mentioned there might be some device. I don't know what it's called.
They measure for diaphragm because each one is different.
The Modesto ring.
The what?
Modesto ring.
What?
Thanks for stopping by.
I find that
they literally take little rubber rings until they find the right size.
No, they don't.
I am deadly serious. They take rubber rings until they find the correct size.
Is it on like a little chain, like when you get it, when you go to have your ring size?
Exactly.
Let's see, a size 4.
Wouldn't you think it more of a diamond shape?
I would think.
Let's move on, shall we? I tried. I walked in here and said, let's go forward with the news.
I am trying to be as clinical as Dr. Ruth, and if you guys decide to turn on it, that's your... I am trying to share this knowledge that I happen to have.
So you're being serious. It's the Modesto ring.
One of my former college roommates is now a gynecologist and put this call through to me
just now?
as he... Yes.
Wow.
Modesto ring, huh?
That was a little name I
He made that up, but it's an...
Oh, so it's after that sincere thing, that's not what it's called?
Made the name up.
The Modesto ring from Cotextronics.
That's Cotexico.
Cotexico, where
they also sell gas there.
No, I made up the name,
very
but that's
convenient.
in fact what they...
Remember,
There's really not a name. They're just like little rubber rings.
They call them O-rings.
O-rings.
Oh, boy, I hope they don't explode. Oh.
Could we see, you're getting buried here.
Big
Challenger thing, huh?
Don't bring that up.
Yeah?
Oh, man.
In case we hadn't fallen off the edge.
Why, we sure have.
There's a quick shove.
All right. Well, I think
now what are you doing? Can we do news now?
Yes, it's time for the news.
Well, we would do the news, except it's a sponsored newscast.
Hot dog.
Oh, it is?
Yes, this is sponsored by a product that... This is a product that was brought up by some feminists. I, as you know, I am a card-carrying feminist, and I certainly think this is a fine product. This is from, I believe, the people who brought you the Pocket Fisherman.
It was the greatest TV offer ever, the fabulous Ronco Vegematic. And now, attention ladies, in the labor-saving tradition of the Vegematic, Bobbit Co. presents the all-new Vagematic. Vagematic, the first feminine hygiene product that offers more than just feminine protection. Here's how it works. Your husband Earl is an abusive, alcoholic loser, and he's come home again late on a Saturday night.
Hey, baby, it's me, and I'm ready to party.
Actually, dear, I'm rather tired. I'm going to sleep. You're drunk, and I don't want you to touch me.
Earl doesn't know it, but she's inserted her brand new Vagematic feminine protection device.
Hey, let's boogie, baby. Ready or not, here comes Earl.
Earl, I must warn you, I'm wearing my new Vagematic, so please leave me alone.
Vagematic sounds kinky, baby. Let's do it.
I'm warning you, don't do that.
Oh, my God. Help me. I'm bleeding. Hey, my gone.
Sorry, honey, when I said no, I meant no.
Give me back my...
I don't think so. The Vagematic slices and dices and purees.
No, not puree.
They won't be able to sew that back on. It's Vag-O-Matic. Real feminine protection from Bob Co.
What are you gonna do with my honey?
I'm making sausages. Here, Fido.
Oh no, not sausages.
Vag-O-Matic. Pitch the Ginsu knives. Throw out your machete and try a Vag-O-Matic. It slices, it snips, it mutilates, and it's beltless. And it even makes julienne fries.
No, not julienne fries.
Vag-O-Matic from Bob Co. Call now and receive a free pocket fisherman and our handy home suture kit.
Hi, I'm Lorena Bobbitt, and when it comes to feminine protection, nothing cuts the mustard like a Vag-O-Matic.
Vag-O-Matic. Order now. Call 1-800-866-7426. That's 1-800-86-ORGAN.
That's a good product.
Yeah, it is.
Doesn't get enough airplay.
Hey, fellas.
People out there.
We've got a midwife, Patty, on the phone to tell us about diaphragm fitting.
Okay, good.
All right, is she on 3?
I've had enough of diaphragm.
Where is she, on 1, Dean?
You brought it up.
I didn't bring it up.
Morning, Bob and Tom Show. Who is this?
I'm Patty.
Hi, Patty.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Okay, you want to help us out here in the field of gynecology?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, you want to know about fitting diaphragms?
Yes,
Oh,
is there a
Chick's thinking of getting one.
Is there a device that they use to measure?
Yes, it's called our fingers.
Ah, see?
So it's just done manually then.
Yes, it's done manually. We
So it's-
have about 6 different fitting sizes of...
Well, that takes 2 hands, doesn't it?
It takes 2 hands to handle a whopper.
That'd be your whopper diaphragm.
Actually, I guess it does take 2 hands.
Bob, I think she means not 6 fingers.
So this is much like checking for dilation during delivery, right?
Very similar, yes.
That's what Chick speculated.
That's right.
That's what I might have thought.
Yes.
Although I'm surprised it's not called like a speculatron or something.
No, it's just called fingers.
Just use your fingers.
All right,
Yeah.
well, that's fascinating.
What does it feel like in there?
Chick. What do you mean, what does it feel like?
Don't you know?
Wow.
It's been a while.
You ever find out?
Wow. Patty, thanks for your help.
What do you mean?
All righty, bye-bye.
What do you mean?
Explain the moody.
What do you mean?
That's
Wow.
frightening.
What's the matter?
I don't know.
Bob,
Okay.
Bob,
Yes.
you ever been with a woman?
I have.
What's it, Bob?
It's actually kind of neat.
Yeah, kind of cool.
Chick, you being a father of 3.
I think you've been there before.
They're all adopted.
There's a long, long story behind that.
Is there a turkey baster involved?
Oh, dear.
I think it's definitely time for the news.
Nope.
Nope, time to take a break.
Can't be time for a break.
Yes, it is. Look what time it is.
Look what time it is. Come on.
Time flies when you're talking about diaphragms. Ask anybody.
Now.
Yes. Yes.
See, the Deanos brought it up.
The Deanos
did.
Yeah.
I found your diaphragm beneath a tree.
I'm sorry.
Now, we didn't ask.
When she said there were 6 sizes.
Oh, did she? Okay, I was going to say.
6.
Right.
That would be 2 hands.
Yeah, I was going to say if we do. I've forgotten how many sizes of diaphragms there are.
All right. You explain the 6th size.
Maybe they start.
Maybe the first
maybe
one
the
is
first one is
0.
0. Thank you,
Yeah,
Pat.
see, and then it goes from 0 up to 5.
All right. So 0. You don't
put any hands in? What's
How do you know?
think they?
For 0, how do you know?
Are those? Is that the virgin one?
Well,
I was going to say. Do they keep?
Thank you, Christy. 'Cause I was going to say Girl Scout. So
You ever been in a cave?
They keep a record of those zeros anywhere?
Oh my gosh.
I think
Just for, you know,
I really gotta go.
I think
It's been nice-
I
it's been
think
nice
on the
seeing you guys
World
today.
Wide Web and the Roman Polanski page.
I bet there are.
Yeah, PolanskiRoman.com.
Yeah. Little
I
girls.
have got to go.
Oh, me too.
You brought it up, right?
I did not bring it up.
The Deanos started this
Yes.
whole mess. We'll take a break and come right back. You're listening to Bob and Tom.
On the next extra.
A minute.
Congratulations once again to Brad Stewart, another winner in our Bob and Tom Village Pantry Spring Break to Orlando. We're flying down there on ATA. Waving at Atlanta. Have fun at the Olympics. We're not going to stop.
No, we're not.
We're going all the way to Orlando. It'll be big fun. Do another drawing this afternoon with Dog, and then another one tomorrow morning on Q95. So be sure to listen for that, okay? This is the Bob and Tom program, and we're going to wade through the news here briefly with Christy Lee. Christy, we have some stuff from New Hampshire.
Yeah, we're going to hear Pat Buchanan sing one more time.
Okay.
He's calling on Republican Party leaders to rally around him in the wake of his New Hampshire presidential primary win. He took a narrow edge over Bob Dole in yesterday's vote. Today, on some of the national TV news shows, he's declaring himself the candidate of the working class, the one the GOP needs for a coalition to beat Bill Clinton in November. Pat yesterday got together with some of his supporters and joined in a rendition of God Bless America, one you won't soon forget.
We're the light from above, from the mountain.
Wow.
To the Larrys.
To the what?
To the Larrys.
Sound like Larry's. It was Valley's.
God bless America, my home sweet home.
Big finish. Okay, we get the idea.
Pat Buchanan now, he heads out on a whirlwind series of stops in South Carolina, the Dakotas, and Colorado.
First he took Louisiana, then New Hampshire.
Mm-hmm.
He's in much need of
Poland.
funds.
That should be a booster for, I imagine, his fundraising if he did well there.
An Eastern Washington University prof says he knew Pat would win in New Hampshire. Why? Because Buchanan's name sounds right. Grant Smith has developed a system that measures which combinations of sound draw the most positive responses from voters. His research shows that the man with the most comforting name has won the presidency 88% of the time since 1824.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Among the best political names, he says, are an ending in an un sound, like Washington, Johnson,
Nixon?
Lincoln, Reagan.
Nixon?
Yeah, well.
There goes that theory.
Yeah, Kennedy beat him.
They always get these quacks that have some asinine theory. Every election we found in Pocatico, Idaho,
with the exception
they've always been right. So we're here.
With the exception of 50%.
With the exception of this year, we found that.
Hold on. Morning, Bob and Tom show.
Morning, Bob and Tom.
Yeah.
It's Dr. Artery.
Dr. Artery.
Dr.
Steve Artery. How you doing?
Hi, Doctor. How are you?
A worldwide gynecologist, of course.
Uh-huh.
Famous in my field. I thought you'd like to know. I heard you talking about diaphragms this morning. And
Are you having breakfast, Doctor?
Yes, I am. I'm having a donut.
Is it a glazed donut?
Glazed donut, a cup of coffee, and I'm measuring someone for a diaphragm right now.
I didn't realize that you could actually eat during this procedure.
Oh, yes. I'm using an advanced technique.
Uh-huh. Aren't you supposed to be measuring with your fingers?
Well, actually, I'm measuring with my...
Hang up on him. Just sever the phone line immediately.
Mardi Gras has drawn to a close in New Orleans, where
Thank
the
you,
partying is winding down, but hangovers are just beginning.
Mardi
the
Gras,
official
you say?
end came at midnight when mounted police herded crowds off Bourbon Street in the city's French Quarter. But the partying didn't end quietly. Police say 4 people were shot just after sunset at a concert. None of the injuries said to be life-threatening. The month-long carnival celebration builds toward Mardi Gras Fat Tuesday.
That sounds like a good party to me. Hey, the concert's over. Let's kill somebody.
All right, cool.
Yeah. It screeches to a halt at midnight Tuesday when police clear the French Quarter streets, sweepers begin the cleanup, and Lent descends on the heavily Roman Catholic city.
And where do
So
all
today
those
is Ash
people
Wednesday.
go at midnight? Where do they all go?
That's a good
They go
question.
throw up.
That's really weird.
And why do men feel compelled to dress up in drag on Mardi Gras? I don't know, Fat Tuesday.
Not all men.
A lot of men do.
No,
New Orleans.
just the ones who, yeah. Well, they get all their stuff. It's those dresses they have in their closet.
Former O.J. Simpson houseguest Brian Cato Kalin has finished a 3-day deposition in the wrongful death lawsuit against O.J. Kalin and his attorney refused to discuss the specifics of testimony, but Cato did say it was difficult. O.J. is scheduled to continue his deposition tomorrow.
Well, difficult for Cato.
And it could last another 5 days.
Difficult for Cato to spell cat if you spotted on the C and the A, so.
I think the only reason he did this is his last photo op.
It's over now.
I think so.
There's
15 minutes, ding!
Yeah. The alarm just rang.
I was just checking the clock and, I'm sorry.
Sorry, your 15 is up, Mr. Cato.
Now you're going to go local.
More waiting today for Snoop Doggy Dogg and his former bodyguard, McKinley Lee. A Los Angeles jury yesterday acquitted the 2 men of murder, but the panel deadlocked on whether they are guilty of voluntary manslaughter. The judge has ordered the panel to continue deliberations. The FAA Excuse me. FAA employees are abusing a system that allows them free seats on airplanes, courtesy of the airlines, for official purposes. NBC News is reporting. In a 16-month period, the FAA asked airlines for 248,000 free flights. A sampling showed that among one group's safety evaluators, 62% used the flights for personal reasons. The FAA has vowed to stop this practice.
Let's see, where are these planes going? Okay, this one's going to Toledo. This one's going to Kansas City. This one's going to Hawaii. Well,
we need 10 seats on that.
Take my family to.
No, you're only allowed one seat. But usually it's the jump seat I know from my experience and my knowledge of this, it's usually the jump seat in the cockpit for some employees who have to learn how the pilots do whatever it is that they do. So
that's the best seat in the house.
That's right.
Lots of leg room.
I would imagine leg room. You got the best service.
Sure.
Yep.
Computer users.
There was a great gag in The Simpsons.
And you do get a smoke.
And you get to smoke.
You sure do get a smoke.
No, you don't.
Yes, you
Pilots,
do.
you bet they
Pilots
do.
get to smoke?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
they do.
Why doesn't the smoke alarm go off?
They don't have one in the cockpit.
I told you when I forget what flight I was on, but
They're up there puffing away.
Get outta
the
here.
flight attendant opened the door, and it was like that scene in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
The van. Yeah.
All that smoke comes pouring out.
I've never seen that.
I haven't either, and I fly a lot.
I told you about this, and we talked about it before, and you said, that's fine, I want my pilots comfortable.
That's true. And I want my FAA inspector comfortable.
Sure.
I want a happy plane. I want them well
No,
paid.
air traffic controllers are allowed,
That's fine. I want them to be happier than anybody.
Yeah.
I want them to get those new computers they want. I say we should execute about 5 or 6 senators until they get them. I'm sorry, Senator, your name came up at random, and you have to go now because we're not providing these people with the tools they need. Your son's computer at home is better than the one the guys landing the planes have. Of course, they don't have to worry because they're all flying military probably, and they have the.
We would have got you those computers, but we had to spend $200,000 on a study on the flatulation of cattle.
Yeah.
Fine.
Speaking of computers, users who send racy transmissions over networks may not be prosecuted, at least for now. The American Civil Liberties Union has reached a tentative deal with the government to not prosecute until its challenge of the Communications Decency Act goes to trial. After years of studies, surveys, and soul-searching, Baylor University, the nation's largest Baptist institution, is planning to allow its students a freedom they haven't known in 151 years.
Dancing!
This spring, they can dance. Beginning with an outdoor gathering tentatively set for April 19th, this prestigious school of 12,000 will be allowed dancing on campus legally.
They're going to stand inside going, what do we do?
What do we do now?
What are we supposed to do?
Yeah.
Well, it's because they're Baptists.
Oh, you know what dancing leads to?
At Baylor, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Baylor does allow.
It's in Houston, isn't it?
Waco, isn't it?
Oh, Waco. That's right. You're right. It's in Waco.
Waco, Texas.
Waco, Texas.
Well,
Baylor does allow.
hasn't been much dancing there since.
No.
No.
All right, dance. Okay, you won't dance? We'll set them on fire. Smoke gets in your eyes.
Baylor does allow aerobic and folk dancing classes, halftime dance routines during football and basketball
Did you
games,
say
and
folk
song and dance. I said folk dancing.
Thank you.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Okay, fine. Maybe I heard differently.
Stop.
Maybe you tried.
Maybe I heard differently.
Came out.
I didn't know you could do that while you were dancing. Maybe you can.
Why do you put words in my mouth?
Put something in your mouth.
No.
Oh! Ow! I love it, and I insult her, and Tom gets hit. I love that.
I think you can get work.
No, he insulted me worse.
We both insulted her at the same time. I just did it in a more personable way. I'm sorry, I was just kidding.
Forget the dancing.
No, fine. I'm curious. I want to call
get it.
someone. I want to call someone at Baylor University and find out about the.
Well, let Dean handle that. Ringling Brothers' newest family member needs a name. The 188-pound female Asian elephant was born January 1st at the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Center for Elephant Conservation in Central Florida.
I bet if we call Baylor University and the phone rings, somebody will go, "What's that?"
Dancing?
No, the phone ringing. What's that?
Can we hear? Do we still have that and a roll thing?
The hell's that sound? What is that?
I want to hear that. That is like my favorite.
to people at Baylor several times.
Have you talked to somebody at Baylor? Ladies and gentlemen, our producer, Dean
trying to
Metcalf.
set this thing up.
Nobody wants to talk to us.
Well, it's
do
a
they?
breaking.
think
It's
so.
a breaking story now.
Yeah, it's in the news
I read about it
today.
a couple weeks ago. We've been trying to get someone to talk about it.
Can we get Mike Singletary on the phone? He's a Baylor.
I don't think they want to talk about it.
Baylor guy.
Why wouldn't they want to talk about it? It's the national
Mike
news
Singletary.
that they're having their
Here's
first
the
dance
story.
ever.
All right, they're having it. I just don't think they want to talk about it.
I wonder if they'll do the frug.
The frug?
Maybe we should talk to
The president of Baylor University and his wife are going to have the first dance, and it will be a minuet. there.
A minuet.
Wow. Yes.
I bet it'll be one of those close ones where he puts his hands around and grabs her.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly right.
That's what he's grabbing.
The bottom.
I doubt it.
The forbidden dance. Let's
tango.
Can we change the subject in here and
Can we talk to somebody who's gone to Baylor maybe and they know their first-hand knowledge?
I don't want to hear and a roll. We don't have time to hear it.
I want to hear it, Bob.
Sorry, Christy.
Happy days are here again, and here's the lunch menu at Cabarrus County School Children.
I don't want to hear this guy.
I love this guy.
Wednesday, taco bar.
Yeah.
Hot dog with chili, macaroni and cheese, coleslaw, French fries, baked beans, fruit, and a roll.
Okay, thank you. What do you do if you're...
Potato bar.
Potato.
Toasted cheese sandwich.
So do I.
Deal chips. Tomato soup.
Tomato soup.
Green beans. Fruit. And a roll.
I love that guy.
I do too.
When are we going to do that?
What?
Go to a high school cafeteria, do the show, and have breakfast.
They won't let us do it.
Why?
Because
sure they'll let us do it.
Because then we won't be able to make fun of the food. We'll have to say, oh, this is really great.
This is good food.
There's no point in going.
We'll go somewhere where there's great food. Sure there is.
You just want free breakfast.
Gosh, you know...
5, you're with Bob and Tom.
This portion of the Bob and Tom Show is proudly brought to you by...
USA Heating and
USA.
USA Heating and Cooling. You know, it's now like an energy store. Whatever you need's in stock. Heating, repair, new furnace, frozen pipes, water systems that soften, clean, and condition your water. For that big weekend shower that Tom takes, where he can
pipes, just lick them.
Where he can where he conditions everything.
Excuse me.
Please don't lick your pipes, because if you lick your frozen pipes, your tongue will get stuck to the pipe.
Yep.
Sure. Especially if you're double dog dare, don't do it.
Yep.
USA's got it. 24-hour service at no extra charge. If it's 3 in the morning and you're lonely and you call USA, get dressed because a man's coming over.
Really? What was the name?
USA Heating and Cooling. They'll replace your Amana gas
or
furnace,
a woman.
Soften your water and cool. Oh, that's USA, America's
women plumbers.
energy store. Fantasy.
Good morning. This is the Bob and Tom program.
Morning.
And
time for sports, I believe.
Yep.
Before we get to that.
Oh.
Now what?
Sure, why not?
Well, this actually applies to
sports.
Well, no.
No.
You were just talking about Christy.
What?
Plumbing?
But
no.
The guy coming over at 3 a.m.?
No.
Oh.
No, during the news about
the Norwegian lost at sea?
No.
No.
What else? Naming baby elephants?
I do have a song.
Dancing at Baylor University?
I do have a very short song about that, though.
About what?
Where was your original thought going?
About our friends in Norway.
Thank you. That was good. That was good. Okay, you can pick up your checks.
Was that it?
That's the Harooning song.
Haroon.
Wow.
Haroon.
That applies to your story about the guy who
lost at sea in Norway.
But-
Well, no, he wasn't lost.
Well, the guy who cut up,
He
the guy who cut up his friend.
We hoped he'd lost at sea.
The guy who cut up his friend? What does that got to do with Harooning?
Well, at the end there, the guy's got his
sound,
wife in the refrigerator. Didn't you hear the last part of the song?
Oh, that's right.
That's the sound
She's dead.
chainsaw makes when it goes into you.
She's dead. See, he killed her, and he's got her in the fridge. You see.
I get it.
Gotcha.
Christy.
Chick.
Dick.
Skipper.
Chick out of you?
Yo, chickster. I got a letter here.
What's it say? Leave?
No, it's not addressed to Chick.
Oh.
No, it
Addressed
is.
to Chick.
It's
Why
actually, no, it is.
Oh.
It's from Ohio.
Uh-oh.
Are you familiar with Greenville, Ohio?
Yes, that's in Dark County, yes.
Uh-huh.
It's in Dark County.
D-A-R-K-E. There's a radio
That
station
would
in
be
Greenville.
dark Greenville then, wouldn't it?
Almost to Forest
Right next
Green.
to Forest Greenville, right, yeah.
There's
Buceville.
There's a radio station in Greenville, and they were known as the Spark and Dark.
What?
The Spark and Dark.
That was the name of the radio station?
Well, that was their kind of their slogan. You know,
The
like
Spark and
Hot Hits
Dark.
or whatever, and they called themselves the Spark and Dark.
It's Spark in the dark.
Anyway, go ahead.
WDRK.
That could really go the wrong way.
Sure,
fast.
it
Let's
could.
get right off
But
that.
you know, in Greenville, it didn't matter.
Dear Mr. McGee, this is a letter to Chick. In regards to your comments of the last few weeks, we here in my office decided on a bold course of action. We determined that in order to put an end to your constant whining, we would find you a friend no matter what the cost.
Oh, that's nice.
That's nice. That's very nice.
So in the age-old tradition of random selection, we drew lots.
Uh-oh.
As you can probably guess, I drew the short stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This gentleman writes with such a Hemingway-esque air. He just this next sentence just is so short but to the point. After saying I drew the short stick, period. Boy, did I ever. New paragraph. Single line paragraph. It appears that I am now your friend.
Aw.
I like that.
Very nice.
Well,
You take him to the movies?
I don't think we
I think you have
do
to send him a
anything.
Christmas present.
And his birthday, you know.
Who is this guy? What does he do? I don't know what. I don't know anything about him.
His name is David Kettlehake. It says this is made doubly difficult as my college roommate grew up in your hometown of London, Ohio.
Who was his college roommate?
His father was also the
Manson.
sheriff there.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you know him.
He has informed me that you were something of a geek. I believe his exact words were, major loser.
Oh,
wow.
This
Where's
is
this guy now?
This
Oh, wait a
is
minute,
to
wait a
say
minute.
the
Who is that
least.
guy?
Oh, he's, I think he,
Now,
no.
who's the damn sheriff? I remember he was a
No
drunk.
names. No names. No names. This is, to say the least, distressing, but a deal is a deal, and I am a man of my word. When you come to Dayton next week,
I know who he's talking. I can't remember the guy's
we're doing a
name.
live show there next week. When you come to Dayton next week, I guess we could get together for a beer or something. Just do me two favors. Please do not talk about the practice. And don't tell anyone we're getting together. Oop, I probably shouldn't have read this then.
It's 2 weeks, by the way.
2 weeks? Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I'm sorry. 2 weeks. I'm sorry.
2 weeks we'll be in Dayton.
You're going to Dayton in 2 weeks? Where am I?
You're on the road with the lacrosse thing,
You're
right?
doing the
Oh, it's a weekend thing?
Yes. I have to go now.
Yeah.
This is turning out to be a rather rotten day, as I'm sure you can understand. And then you're in quotes, friend.
Aw.
So.
Now
So
you
there you
have
go.
a friend.
You got Dave as a friend.
As I recall,
By the way, if you want to see what a geek chick was, I do believe your high school,
picture is still up there.
It's
yeah.
still on our webpage.
How do you get to our webpage?
It's www.bobandtom.com.
That's why I couldn't find it.
Bobandtom.com.
Or the search engines, you just put Bob and Tom.
And that'll do it.
I've tried that.
All
and I
lowercase.
couldn't get it.
All lowercase.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
In answer to your question earlier, we got a fax from an ATA pilot. Pilots cannot smoke in the cockpit anymore.
Oh, really?
Anymore.
See, I thought that was the case.
Well.
They don't bend the rules.
Damn government.
Well, if they're flying overseas, they can.
Yeah, sure.
Well, yeah, international flights.
Unless
you
you're
can
a
still
Delta
smoke.
pilot.
Well, sure, say you're flying out of the Dominican Republic. You can...
I mean...
Oh, no.
Oh.
Well, you can swim.
Time for sports.
Hard to keep them lit.
I remember the name.
What?
I can't say it. I remember the name.
Remember this guy's name?
Excuse me.
I remember the guy's name, but, and I remember him being into everything. And I was Mr. Square, of course, and so
Yeah.
that would explain the
What was his
Major
first
Loser
name?
part.
Andy.
Andy's the sheriff and Barney is the deputy.
Andy's the sheriff.
Andy's
And
dad was
Barney
the
is the deputy. Could we move on?
What are we doing? Sports.
Sports, I thought it was the topic.
I already
I
gave
love
you
the name
intro,
Andy.
didn't I? Let's do it again.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised you're doing the French mistake. Voila!
Wrong! 1, 2, 3,
All right. What's happening, chick?
John Stockton made NBA history with career steal number 2311. Utah Jazz pummeled the Celtics 112-98. Utah guard, 8-time All-Star, passed Maurice Cheeks and the rest of his body on the all-time list when he stole the ball away from Eric Williams in the fourth quarter. He finished the game with 6 points, 14 assists, and 2 steals. The Magic set an NBA record for most consecutive wins at home to start the season as they improved to 28-0 with a 123-104 rout of the Sixers. Shaq Daddy had 24 points, 13 rebounds, helped the Magic break a 49-year-old record set by the Washington Capitals, not the Generals that played the Globetrotters.
I'm just wondering.
Mm-hmm.
Are they looking in your yearbook under McGee?
Well, if they are, they're... No, I think that secret's out, probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think they realize.
I just I'm there
Who I
right
am.
there staring at some of their porcelain.
Wouldn't that be great?
Hey, wait a minute. You're not Artie McGee. Well,
I just wondering.
remember, everything you know is wrong. Remember that. Orlando's also won 35 straight regular season games at home. That's 3 shy of the league record held by the Celtics. Vlade Divac scored a season-high 29 points. Lakers bombed the Clippers 121-104. Magic strained a calf muscle in the first quarter and is listed as day-to-day. Milwaukee beat New York 92-87, Chicago 102, Cleveland 76, and San Antonio beat Portland 108-105. Lakers say they'll retire Gail Goodrich's number 25 jersey next season. That means he should be suiting up and playing for the Lakers in 97.
Probably so.
Goodrich, who spent 9 of his 14 NBA seasons with the team, recently elected to the Basketball Hall of Fame. Top-ranked UMass needed 25 points, 13 boards, 5 blocks from Marcus Camby to hold off Rhode Island 74-69 last night.
They're going to lose before this is all over.
Yeah, I think so. Tyrone Weeks added 16 for the Minutemen, who improved to 26-0 and 14-0 in the Atlantic 10. Second-ranked Kentucky, 84-65 shellacking of Alabama's Crimson Tide.
They're not going to lose.
Tony Delk scored 7 points, 26-6 first-half run. Wildcats never looked back. Kentucky could beat Vancouver and Toronto and probably Philadelphia, I'm thinking. Seventh-ranked Purdue improved to 12-2 in the Big Ten as the Boilers edged Illinois 74-71. Roy Hairston had 23. Number 9, Texas Tech 75, SMU 54. Seton Hall beat number 15 Syracuse 80-79, and number 19 Memphis beat Southern Mississippi 91-66. Ottawa beat St. Louis 7-1, and Calgary beat San Jose 5-3. And remember, in that Calgary game, German Titov scored the game-winning goal on a third-period power play for the Flames. And
doesn't he have a brother?
German Titov, his brother Torter Titov was a.
He was an analyst for female wrestling.
And on Scola, if you'd like to check that out on your local cable system.
Torter.
Is that Torter Titov.
Is that a family name?
I think it is. They called him Torty when he was a kid.
But it's now Torter Titov.
Somebody explain the purpose of Scola to me.
I think they paid big dollars with the cable company, therefore
I mean, if we had a big ethnic Russian population,
yes. I have no idea what that's for.
But, go ahead.
I think it's a plan. Russia to take over the country.
Do you think they're spying on us?
They're sneaking Scola into our homes. Carolina Panthers are making the most noise so far in the NFL's free agent signing season. Last night they signed San Francisco All-Pro cornerback Eric Davis, not the one that looks like E.T., to a multi-year contract after inking New Orleans tight end Wesley Walls' sugar earlier in the day.
I think that's very funny.
You recall the 28-year-old Davis had 51 tackles and 3 interceptions with the Niners last season. Of course you knew that, though. Super Bowl MVP Larry Brown has signed on with the Raiders. The free agent cornerback, who made 2 interceptions for the Cowboys in their Super Bowl win over Pittsburgh, won't give details on the contract, but says it's for more than 1 year. Brian Cox is free with his numbers. He's agreed to a 4-year contract with the Bears, $13.2 million and a $5 million signing bonus. Cox, who's best known for his fair play, aggressiveness,
and
work ethic. No, it's fighting, spitting, emotional outbursts with the Dolphins and flipping off the crowd in Buffalo. He has 31.5 sacks in his 5-year pro career. Looks like Neil O'Donnell will be landing with the Jets. Deion Sanders at a news conference yesterday said he's going to give up.
Neil O'Donnell is going to go with the Jets?
He spent all day yesterday meeting with the Jets.
What happened to the lawsuit?
Oh, for tampering with O'Donnell? I don't know. I don't know what's happened to that. They'll probably just have to give up like a third or fourth round draft pick, maybe. Deion Sanders says he's giving up baseball for this year because he wants to concentrate on defense and offense with the Dallas Cowboys. And Major League owners and players are back at the bargaining table today. You know, we don't have a collective agreement in baseball. So maybe...
So that could cause another strike, couldn't
it? What we need is...
Another strike.
It's a good strike. That's what we need.
Yeah.
A good strike.
Really?
That's sports!
That'll solidify the league, won't it?
Sure.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, always. Here's Dave.
You won't believe this. Opening statements began yesterday in the assisted suicide trial of Dr. Death, Jack Kevorkian, and the 93 deaths of a Michigan woman and an Illinois doctor. Kevorkian attorney Jeffrey Feiger told reporters he was considering using puppets in his opening statement. That's all I will say, said Feiger, who majored in theater at the University of Michigan. I shouldn't have told you that much, even.
Theater major, and he's a lawyer?
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't know you could get into law school with a theater degree.
Sure, you can get into law school with any degree.
I know what he's going to do.
What?
He's going to prove that those people that Kevorkian helped commit suicide wanted to die.
Oh, is that right? How's he going to do that?
It's the old puppet trick. He's going to walk up to the casket and go, it's all right. Then it's all right.
Slam the door. Slam the lid,
Slam the lid shut. Isn't his brother's the guy from the Knack?
Dougie Fieger?
I think so.
Is it really?
Isn't that right?
Didn't
Are
he,
you sure? What?
Didn't he commit suicide, or is he gone? Or is
Feiger.
What?
No. I thought Doug Fieger, he was real odd. I remember that.
I don't know.
Is he still alive?
Sure.
I thought I heard he
They did a comeback. They did a comeback album a couple years ago.
I heard he was bug nuts. I really.
My Sharona, remember that song?
Mm-hmm.
Great tune.
Good song.
After a hard day's work at the stock exchange or shopping till you drop, how about a plate of chewy deep-fried scorpions with stingers attached? Or maybe snow frog glands topped by stewed fruit bat? If that sounds bland, care for a large helping of caviar like black ants? You can wash it all down with...
Yeah? What is it?
What?
Deer penis wine.
What?
Deer penis wine.
You know, I've talked to mine, but I've never...
No, deer is in D-E-E-R. Deer
Oh, I thought you meant as a salutation.
wine.
I didn't know you were... Deer penis.
At the Imperial Herbal Restaurant in Singapore, diners are paying up to 400 Singaporean dollars. That's 285 American dollars.
Oh, thank
For plates of such insects and animal parts. Not only is it nutritious, it's good for combating illness, according to proprietor Wang Li Ting.
Boy, if that don't sound like silverware coming out of a drawer, I don't know what does.
Wow.
Clang, bang, ting, quang, ting.
Wang Lang.
His name's Wang, and he's selling deer penis wine.
Talk about a stiff drink. I guess you were kind of aroused there.
Well, baby.
Deer penis wine.
They only serve men, though, there.
Really?
Yeah, they're only... It's always stag night. But... never
What
mind.
shape is the bottle, I wonder?
What does it taste like? Probably pretty nutty.
Not a fruity one, but a
I bet it's kind of tart. Wouldn't you think it would be
I would
a little...
think. Yep.
I bet it's got a hell of an aftertaste.
Oh. I thought it was disgusting to see a worm floating in a
Tequila bottle,
but
yeah.
knowing that, that's pretty
Yikes.
awful. Well, thank you very much,
The
Christy.
Imperial Herbal Restaurant, huh?
Well, I'll
Now,
pass.
now I'm going to play a song here that this goes back to an early Haywood Banks project, and this kind of relates to something you were talking about earlier.
It does?
Yeah, about the dancing
Yeah, Baylor
at
University.
Baylor University,
Mm-hmm.
and how they were concerned that they might have problems for dancing. This is the first time they've ever danced there. 100 years or something?
151 years.
151 years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
This is Haywood Banks.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
That's a danceable tune.
Nice waltz.
Haywood Banks, your forehead's on fire. Beautiful.
Classic.
So odd.
Well, it relates to Christy's story about dancing down at Baylor University. By the way, Haywood has a new hotline number. If you want to get a hold of any of Haywood stuff, you can do it by calling
1-800-TOAST, the digit, or the 4.
Numeral 4.
Numeral 4, and then U.
Toast for you.
Toast for you.
So you get a hold of Haywood if you want to get
letter
some of his
U.
records. Yes, the letter U. We're going to take a short break and come right back. You're listening to The Bob and Tom Show. Areas of fog here and there this morning, a lot lighter than yesterday, though. Mostly cloudy today, highs in the mid-40s. Tomorrow, partly sunny, highs in the lower 50s. Congratulations to Brad Stewart. He was our winner this morning, and he'll be joining us in Florida along with his mate, whatever. Another drawing this afternoon with dog and one tomorrow. This is The Bob and Tom Show, and Mark Patrick has joined us in the studio.
Good to see
Who did that?
Poor Christy came rushing in the room, and there was a door. Poor thing. Are you okay?
There was a chair right in the door. Did you do that on purpose?
No. Yes, actually I did.
Now, Christy,
Hey, hell is that all about?
earlier this morning,
Yes.
Christy wanted to hear the lunch menu at Cabarrus County Schools, so we called up.
Fruit
We-
in a row.
Actually, this is not. We did not call up. This is one we had called up from earlier. We had it on tape. I'll play a little bit of it again.
Happy days are here again, and here's the lunch menu as Cabarrus County school children go back to school. Wednesday, taco bar, hot dog with chili, macaroni and cheese, coleslaw, French fries, baked beans, fruit, and a roll.
You get the idea.
Yeah.
I was telling some people about this yesterday. And they
This
didn't
guy's getting
believe me.
famous. This
Yes,
guy's getting
getting
famous.
famous. He's been on
He's got his
national
own,
shows and stuff.
he's got his own service now
Really?
that companies are paying him.
Oh, we got him? It's ringing? Okay, wait, no, hang on a second, Mark. Which line is it?
There it is.
Or stop by and see her at Ben Minot Chevrolet.
This is it?
281
It's
Highway
sponsored?
29 South in Concord.
Sponsored?
Yeah. Concord what? What state?
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Here's the Cabarrus County school lunch menu for the week of February 19th. I know how you kids missed having that bar of the day on Friday because of the snow, but back to school on Monday. Let's go right to the menu. It's Monday, chicken nuggets, beef beef and macaroni, coleslaw, small whole potatoes, squash casserole, fruit, and a roll. Tuesday, it'll be a salad bar with roast fat dressing, corn dog,
Got to get that advertisement in.
potato bites, green beans, glazed carrots, pasta, fruit. Wednesday, it'll be taco bar.
No roll.
Ribacue sandwich. Whipped potatoes, coleslaw, lima beans, pasta, fruit, and a roll. On Thursday, it'll be potato bar. You'll have seafood plate, spaghetti, coleslaw, tossed salad, French fries, black-eyed peas, fruit, garlic roll, and hush puppies. And Friday's the favorite day with bar of the day. If it doesn't snow, you'll get bar of the day Friday. Sausage pizza, meatloaf, tossed salad, corn, white beans, pasta, fruit, and a roll. This is the Cabarrus County School lunch menu for the week of February the 19th, brought to you by Sundrop and the good folks at the Concord Tribune.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, but his first...
fame is ruining his...
It is. Before he was famous, he was much funnier.
Too busy.
On a roll.
Yeah, I think it was a little... I think
too busy.
He's getting to his next endorsement. Although they sound like they're having a very balanced diet.
Oh, yeah.
Meatloaf and sausage pizza.
What more could you ask for?
A chuck wagon.
That's loaded up on the carbos, isn't it? Oh, boy. That's filling. It's a lot of starches. Well, that's very interesting. That's Cabarrus County, North Carolina?
Concord, North Carolina, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much. We had a chance to speak with this man. Now he is getting pretty well known.
Yes, he is.
Apparently getting his own show or something.
Yeah, he's going to have his own radio show, and he's doing these services for a lot of auto dealers.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, where you call, and he's got the deals of the day.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's interesting. The deal of the day. Well, thank you, Mark.
New car,
fruit,
and a roll bar.
A new car. Christy Lee's got some entertainment news. Christy?
Well, it's not over yet for Snoop Doggy Dogg. He and his former bodyguard, McKinley Lee, were acquitted of murder yesterday, but the judge ordered the jury to continue deliberations after it deadlocked on whether the men were guilty of voluntary manslaughter. Pakistan is rolling out the red carpet for some honored guests today. Princess Diana arrives in Pakistan for a 2-day visit. She and Mick Jagger are among those invited by former cricket star Imran Khan. Jagger is expected to attend some of the same functions as Diana, including a visit to the wing of a children's hospital.
That's not Buddy Holly in the crickets, I guess.
And that's the game cricket.
Oh, this guy's a famous cricket player.
I was trying to figure out what made him famous.
I was trying to figure out.
I thought I hadn't heard of that cricket.
Did he play bass? Imran Khan.
Did you happen to see, by the way, this is the only program I've ever watched on TNN. They had a Buddy Holly tribute. They're releasing. They have different artists doing Buddy Holly hits on us.
It's called Not Fade Away or something, isn't it? Is that
yeah. But it was a really, I don't know if they're going to replay it, but it actually was a really good special.
Well, Buddy Holly was a great songwriter.
Yes.
It was amazing how much he wrote.
They talked to the old crickets and some of the, McCartney loves them.
Yeah, he owns all their songs, I believe.
Has the Buddy Holly Festival or whatever in
When we talked to, God, who's the actor who played him in the movie?
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey. When we talked to him, remember that? He had just purchased a guitar owned by Buddy Holly. Remember that? And I believe he paid, was it 6 figures?
It was, it was pretty expensive.
For one of Buddy's actual guitars. He's a huge Buddy Holly fan as well. He was in the movie version of the Buddy Holly. It was called, I think, the Buddy Holly Story.
Yeah, it was very good.
It was good.
I love that movie. I thought Gary Busey, I think Gary Busey's good anyway.
He's great. Did you see him? What was the one where he played the detective? Hello, the lawyer thing.
Lawyer thing.
With Julia Roberts.
The Firm? Pelican Brief?
Pelican, wasn't it?
No, he was in The Firm.
The Firm.
Yeah. He was The Firm.
He was the kooky detective with the secretary.
Oh, that's right.
He was great in that.
Yeah, that's right, The Firm.
He was perfect in that.
He's a much better villain than he is a good guy, I think.
Well, I don't know.
He's a great villain.
He'd be a pretty good guy. In any event, let's see. Princess Diana and Mick Jagger get to go barf together?
Yeah, in Pakistan. Joan Osborne
Those are nice hors d'oeuvres. I'm going to go puke now.
We used to not. We have to eat together all the time.
Joan Osborne got quite a surprise at the final show of her European tour in London last week. Eric Clapton sent her flowers, congratulating her on her success, then showed up at her hotel where they spent time talking shop.
All right.
Joan, who has 5 Grammy nominations, will perform on the awards next Wednesday, February 23rd, in Los Angeles. Bon Jovi guitarist Richie Sambora has started his own record label, Mutiny Records. He says he started the independent label because of the lack of artist development at the big labels, He says Bon Jovi's career took a while to develop time that bigger labels today don't give to new artists. He's also getting ready to record a new blues-based album. Barry Manilow was in a 5-car pileup on LA's Interstate 10 on Tuesday. No one was hurt while waiting for his...
Barry did thank the guy that rear-ended him.
While waiting for his damaged Range Rover to be towed.
Punchline without the joke?
Manilow's...
I'm plea bargaining.
Oh, man. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to do.
Read the card.
Sorry.
While waiting for his damaged Range Rover to be towed, Manilow spent 90 minutes signing autographs for police and rubberneckers. Sybil Shepherd has gotten a $1.25 million.
Barry planning on doing some off-roading in L.A.? I wonder about it.
There are big cars out there. Sybil Shepherd.
Great car. Don't get me wrong.
Has gotten
I'd love one.
What do you need?
Range Rover.
Nice car. Very nice car.
Sybil Shepherd has gotten a $1.25.
I just don't see Barry Manilow doing much off-roading. Sorry, Christy.
That's all right.
Quite frankly, I
he
see him.
doesn't.
Don't see him getting off the freeway much. No.
I think the range he's roving is different than the...
Avon Books has given Sybil Shepherd $1.25 million to dance.
Rump Range Rover. That's exactly where...
To write her memoirs.
Trying to lead you down that path.
Yes, indeed.
Rump Range Rover. My God.
Oh, wow.
Aside from that, Sybil's also writing about an early love affair with a young Elvis Presley. I didn't know Sybil and Elvis did the wild thing.
Yeah, why not? She's talked about that a lot.
I did not know that.
And I didn't care.
I'm done. Obviously.
Thanks, Christy.
Did you see this Spy magazine? I'm sorry. I know I'm getting off the... But there are some... First of all, their political cartoon is Bob Dole, and it's captured, "How about Lefty?" and then it's a photo essay on how do America's bodacious bad boys smooth over silly spats with their sexy sweeties. And they've got Mickey Rourke and Bobby Brown and Rick James and Sean Penn and James Brown.
All these guys who have been accused of beating their wives.
Mike Tyson and Jackson Brown and Ike Turner. There's a picture of him and he's yelling at Ike Turner. A good relationship can be summed up in 3 words. Love, trust, and patience. Man.
Ike Turner said that.
Ike Turner, evidently.
Speaking of Ike.
Yes.
Hospital patient.
Wow, that was fast.
That was really fast.
Don't be bad about me now, bitch.
Sometimes I scream. The dudes tell me you don't do much for Tina's self-esteem. You got no class.
I'll kick your ass.
Like Ike. I could be like Ike. Hey, Ike.
Yo.
When I grow up, I'm gonna be just like you. Score some blow.
I'll smack my hoe.
And treat the family to a shooting spree. Hell with Mike.
Cause we like Ike.
Like Ike. If I could be like Ike. Like Ike. If I could be like Ike. Be like Ike. Be like Ike.
I'll kick your ass.
Be like Ike. Be like Ike. Be like Ike.
Hey, Ike.
Yeah, little man?
How do you keep your bitches in line?
It's a gift, little man. Yo.
Be like Ike.
I'll kick your ass.
Be like Ike. Oh, like Ike. Be like Ike. Like Ike. Be like Ike. If I could be like Ike.
Don't make me come over there, bitch.
Well, pretty good. But you got to get a little meaner. Like, don't make me come over there, bitch. Like that.
You're the greatest, Ike.
I know it. Say, little man, you know where I can score some smack?
No, Ike.
You ain't holding out on me, are you, boy?
No, Ike. I'm not really.
You holding out on me, boy?
Be like Ike.
Good old Ike.
Tribute to Ike Turner.
What a great role model.
Good movie.
Great movie.
Yes, it was great.
What's love got to do with it?
Yes. That Angela Bassett that starred in this?
It's a sad movie, though. Man.
Yeah, it was sad.
What a bastard.
Well, was she? She is.
You saw it, Bob?
Fit.
Yeah, she looks like she gets up and does aerobics from morning.
Yeah.
Showtime.
Whatever happened to that aerobics thing on Showtime?
Oh, yeah.
That was like the beginning.
He now does strictly for the Playboy Channel.
Yeah.
They have aerobics on the Playboy Channel?
Well, they have these girls married. I think it was called Star Shapes.
No.
I don't know what it was, but it was like when Showtime started or very
They used
near
to have
the...
those girls and they would like just pull each other and yeah.
What is your DSS bill a month, Bob?
A couple bucks.
I don't know, 60? 60 to 70.
That's about it.
How much is the Playboy channel?
It's only $9 a month.
$9 a month, or you can rent it for one evening for $5.95.
That's that could mount up.
Of course, the Mark Patrick equivalent of the Playboy channel is
the
Classic Sports
Network. Yeah. I can see you watching that completely naked.
Well,
oh my God, I'm getting a chubby. It's algae regatta.
Oh, remember this game in '74?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Here comes the Heidi game.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
The classic Sports Channel rerun.
That is really cool. It is a great channel.
Is that going to work though?
Oh yeah, it's just.
I don't know.
exciting.
Well, remember when they tried to rerun old Super Bowls? Yeah, nobody watched.
But see, I don't need any other channels now. That's the downfall.
No, you don't. Nope. It's pretty entertaining.
I don't even bother flipping through. It's like 305. Boom,
boom. There
you are.
Yeah.
And it's frightening. I know the number of that channel because everything else is like, oh, what's showtime? What number is that?
Yeah. 227 is the Cartoon Network, I can tell you that. Yep. 224 and 223 are the Disneys.
402 Playboy. We'll take a break and come right back.
Yes, it is.
You're listening to Bob and Tom.
Drawing, and that's the name he drew, and David called us back. Brad Stewart called us back, and he's going with us to Florida. So if you want to go, listen this afternoon. Jimmy Mad Dog made us. We'll have another drawing, another shot at our trip to Florida. Also, we'll do it again tomorrow morning. About 7:30-ish. We're pretty vague on the time, but that's about when we do it. This is the Bob and Tom program.
Good morning.
And I don't know what we're going to do here.
We got a song we haven't played in a long
Good. We'll get it out there because I'm over here cleaning the machines after playing all those Deano songs. The
kind of old, kind of dusty.
The tape heads are now black. Some of that old tape.
That happens. Well, this
oxide wears off.
This is a Scratch Blow Jovian and the Mad Armenians and the Lottery song. We were sitting around the bar last Friday night just drinking and wondering what it'd be like if we picked the right numbers and hit the lottery. It was me, Bill, Sid, Harold, and Stan. Each of us had a different plan, and we all agreed how great getting rich would be.
Well, the first thing I'd do with all that cash is throw myself one hell of a bash. There'd be beer and hookers, pimps, and a circus clown. Then I'd get a new couch and reclining chair, maybe 4 mag wheels and central air. I tell ya, I'd have the classiest trailer in town. So next week when each winning number falls, I hope to see that lottery girl pulling out my balls. $1 million would sure improve our lives. We could quit our jobs and dump our wives. Man, if I ever won that pile, I'd go to work with a great big smile. And the people that kick me off would better beware. I'd even go in late the very first day and find my boss, and here's what I'd say: Mr. Jenkins, kiss the ass of a millionaire. Then I'd find that secretary I think so cute, the one who threatened me with that harassment suit, when I told her I liked it when she wore her skirt real short. Then I'd grab her boobs, one in each hand, and kiss her, hand her $100 grand, and say, here you go, darling, we just settled out of court. So next week when each winning number falls, I hope to see that lottery chick pulling out my balls. $1 million would sure improve our lives. We could quit our jobs and dump our wives.
All the stuff that I did, like a mansion on the beach and a new Learjet, and buy a casino in Vegas and send my boy to Yale. But the casino would be a financial mess, and I'd get indicted by the IRS. Well, I'm not buying a ticket this week. I don't want to go to jail.
Well, if I won that money, I wouldn't be greedy. I'd use some of that cash to help the needy. I'd build a school for poor kids and get them all computers. The church needs money for their charities. Doctors need money to cure disease. But that last 10 grand's for my wife. She needs big new hooters. So next week when each winning number falls, I hope to see that lottery girl pulling out my balls. $1 million would sure improve our lives. We could
quit our jobs and dump our wives.
Then everybody turned my way, wondering what I had to say. I lit a smoke and poured myself a beer. Sitting here with you guys has got me thinking, I love this bar and talking and drinking. I can't think of a place I'd rather be than here. Boys, I got good and bad news. In the lottery last night, I didn't lose. I won $10 million, the biggest jackpot so far. The bad news is you guys are all losers. Nothing but a bunch of freeloading boozers, so pay your tabs and get out of my brand new bar.
Beer belly blue.
All right. Bravo. Great song from Tim Wilson. Tim's going to be our guest again real soon. That was recorded right here in our studio. Beer Belly Blues from Tim. And before that, you heard 10 seconds of what we call dead air. And I'll take full responsibility for that. I have no idea why. But so much for our personal problems.
No problem.
It's time that we said adieu. For some of us.
For all.
I love making Bob move. This is Bob's aerobics. I give him a cue and he dives across the room.
Aerobicize.
That's the name of the show you were talking about?
Aerobicize, yeah.
Showtime's Aerobicize.
That very sexy aerobic
moved
thing.
to the Playboy channel?
Yeah, but now they do it without clothes.
They call it Vagicize?
Well, we figured out how to measure those today.
You gotta keep it in shape.
We'll just get out of here. You're listening to Bob and Tom.